Alright, let's just talk about some practical considerations when using your tone bar. So if you notice, here's my bar here. It's just a pedal steel bar, and it's a Dunlop 920 bar, and it's got this rounded bullet head, and it doesn't have any flat spots or anything like that, right? So it's just a rounded tone bar, Dunlop 920 model. Now, a lot of dudes say that a heavier bar is going to give you better tone, but it's going to be heavier and maybe a little bit harder to control. This one's probably right in the middle. Now, when I hold my bar, what I'm doing is I'm holding it between my index and my middle finger. And my thumb is going to wrap over on the side here to give it a little extra control. These fingers are kind of loose and don't have much to do with holding the bar, right? So then I'm just going to turn it over and make sure I'm cradling it between my index and middle finger. So one thing when I'm playing the pedal steel is I want to make sure that this bar is directly over the fret. Right? So when I mean directly over the fret instead of between the frets like you would play a guitar. It's going to sound too flat if we do that. So we want it directly above the fret. And we want to make sure that our bar isn't slanted this way or this way, but directly across that fret, straight up and down. Now, another thing is that I got to make sure that I'm putting a little bit of pressure with my index finger on that bar so that it resonates these strings. If I don't, then it starts to sound like this. Not too good. All right, so just apply a little bit of pressure on your index finger. Now, a lot of times what we have to do is we have to pick up the bar and we've got to mute with these other two fingers, right? So I'm going to let these fingers down pretty much all the time, and if I pick up the bar, I'm going to just scoot it over and put it back down. All right, so pick it up, scoot it over, put it back down. Right? So I'm going to use these fingers to mute when I do that. And it's a slight move. I'm not really doing this, but I'm just barely picking that up and leaning against my pinky and my my pinky and my ring finger. Okay? So those are some basic considerations you want to use when using your tone bar.